I don't know. But yeah, so you are underestimating how cool your dad is. I know how cool he is. I really do. But he's my dad, so even if I know he's really cool, it's hard to not really react very viscerally and, like, act like he's my dad. Do I have a cell phone and do I bring it to school? What does the school think of phones at school? Yeah, I have a cell phone. And I was in France all last year. Like, when people ask me questions about school here and my friends and my classes and my teachers here, it's really hard to answer because I don't remember any of it because I was in France for that entire last year. So the last time I was at my school, you know, obviously it was a year ago and it was my sophomore year. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. When I was in France, I brought my cell phone to school all the time. They didn't have a rule about it there, but I also was at a different type of school. Like, I was at an American-French kind of school, and it was all in French, but just we had different rules. It was smaller and stuff like that. So, let's see, another question. Your top travel destinations that you want to see/experience. Well, obviously, I want to go, not obviously, I would really, really like to go to, my dad's going to Dubai. I don't know if he's talked about that yet, but I want to go there so badly. I want to go to Saudi Arabia, which is really intense because I don't know if anyone's read In the Land of Invisible Women. It's about an American British doctor who, she's a woman, and she went for a year to be a doctor in Saudi Arabia, it's a really interesting book, and I highly, highly recommend it for anyone who's interested in that culture, in medicine, in just kind of travel in general. Great book. So I'm reading that. So kind of after reading it, I realized how intense it is. I mean, Saudi Arabia is literally governed by, like, Islamic law. They actually have, all of their laws are based on the Quran, and, like, it's really intense. But I would like to go there. I also really want to go to Indonesia, mostly because I had a freshman English teacher. I'm just talking now. I hope this is okay. I'm going to just keep going. Sorry. But, someone called in. Yay. Okay. Hello? Hi, what's your name?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm Anton.
Excuse me?
Anton, from Denmark.
Hey.
It's
What's
like,
your question?
Anthony, maybe?
Yeah, Anton. I got it. That's a very French name.
So, you were talking about you didn't really want to go into politics.
Mm-hmm.
But where I live, all the education is paid for, so you don't have to pay anything to go to college.
Yeah, it's a very cool system there.
What are your thoughts on that? What do you think that it affects that maybe there's a lot of talent lost, or that
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think that the school system there is amazing, and after going to Europe, I realized how, actually, in France too, they have the same type of system. You're from Denmark, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, I've heard from people who are actually in France as well, who came from Denmark, that their school system is so cool. Just because everyone gets an opportunity to be, to do whatever they want, because you can actually go to school regardless of your socioeconomic class, which is not the case here. I think it's really, I don't know how I feel about the United States' higher education system, just because it's really good in some ways, because we have some amazing, really individualistic, different universities that's kind of are very specific to certain things and, like, really totally their own culture. But at the same time, obviously, so many people have no way of going to school because of financial things. So
yeah, but then again, if you're paying for school, you might be more motivated to really learn something. And
that's
if you
true.
get it for free, you might just be doing it.
Have you noticed that? Are you in school there right now?
Well, I'm between schools. I just but you can compare it to high school. I just graduated from school.
Oh, cool.
So,
and have any of your friends...
I'd be going to college.
Yeah. Have any of your friends noticed that certain people, because they don't pay for it, are less likely to appreciate it? Or...
Well, yeah, sure. There are a lot of people who get an education who don't really appreciate the system we have. But then again, there are a lot of people who wouldn't be able to afford it, who do get a real education.
That's true. It's kind of a trade-off. It's a hard question to answer, I think. Also, but that's true because there's people here who have grown up in really, really poor areas with families and parents that have never gone to college who don't have much money, and they can still, like, okay, for example, first of all, we have great state universities. Like, UC Berkeley, well, it's still expensive, but there's grants and there's scholarships, and, you can always take out a student loan, which is really difficult to pay off, but, it is possible. So, at least there's some options. Not as much as over
nice
there.
talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the call. I think that's a really important question to talk about. So,
yeah, sure.
All right, have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, great show. Bye.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the show.
Abby?
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Matt,
Hi,
Ohio.
Matt. What's your question today?
I actually want to ask you, what's your biggest influence, your mom, your dad?
That's a good question. They both influence me a lot. I'm really, really lucky to have an amazing, supportive, kind family. So, both of them are amazing role models. My mom is so socially smart and just aware of people, and she's so empathic. No, she has a lot of empathy for people, which is a wonderful trait to have. So she's kind of taught me a lot about how to relate to people, and she gives me advice all the time. I talk to her about most things because she's a therapist too, so she actually knows what she's talking about. And then, of course, my dad is really influential in that he's just really smart, and I love talking to him about like politics and culture and things like that, and he's always really, really willing to talk about it, which is nice because I know a lot of people don't have parents who are willing to talk to you about certain things. My parents are very different types of people, so they both influence me in different ways, I think. And
well, I love the show, and I love your dad.
Thank you. Yeah.
The last show you had was excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, I really liked the guests a lot. It went really well, I think.
Now, is it? I guess another question is it tough with the exposure that you get?
Yeah. It's hard because some people are pretty critical of the fact that I get to be on the show, or I get to have a show, just because he's my dad, which kind of is frustrating, and it makes me almost not want to do it because I don't want to feel like I was saying before, like I hate feeling like I have an unfair advantage, and I understand that, it's part of the business and things like that, but a lot of people are pretty critical of that, or not a lot of people, some people are pretty critical of that, so that's kind of difficult. But then, let's see. Other than that, no, I really like doing it. I feel really comfortable doing it, actually. So, that's
I kind of feel it's actually it's good because you kind of talk a lot of topics that won't get talked about usually, and with his exposure to kind of help push it along already.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, and it's good that, not for myself, but for other people who don't have access, like, I keep saying this, but who don't have access to, for instance, information